Hey putas, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, my name is Joselle, aka Gigi, aka G, and at VivaLegio19. And first and foremost, join the familia and what? Subscribe. So today's look is inspired by J Balvin's Colores album, and this is our Amarillo look. So if you want to see how to get this look, keep on watching. All right, guys, so to get this inspired Amarillo look, prime our lids. To prime our eyelids, we are going to use Benefit's Air Patrol. It's a really nice base color. It is super white and opaque. Stroke is a little dranky. It's super white, and I use a flat brush. All right, so I like to use the flat brush just to apply the product on my eyelid, and then I love to use my finger just to really sink it in and really get the product on the eye. You really want to wait for it to dry a little bit because it is tacky, but that's really going to hold all your eyeshadow. You're gonna get less fallout. To start off all of my looks, I always want to start off with a transition color. I will be using the transition color from my ColourPop QAF palette. I'm going to mix this light color with this darker, warmer brown. All you want to use is a blending brush. I will be using a fluffy blending brush. This one has no name, no brand, so we don't know where we got her from. All you have to do is just keep blending, 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 blending. That is how you're going to get the best look. Just blend. All right, so next up, to get this yellow inspired look, I'm going to go in with a darker yellow to be using Cute as Fuck palette. We're gonna start off with this yellow. We're gonna go in with this super dark, more mustardy kind of yellow. And I want to place that a little bit more on the outer V of our eyes, just to get a little bit more dimension and gradient. I will be using a Morphe M433 brush. So we're going to place the color in our outer V, but also we want to bring it into the crease to blend everything and have a really nice gradient effect. So always want to start with less so that you can just pack on the color and do it the way that you like and the way that your eye is shaped. We're going to use the first brown that we used in our crease, that color, to kind of warm up just that little V, the outer V, just to give it a little more dimension. We're also going to go in with a darker brown as well. So I'm going to go in with a more dense pencil kind of style brush, and I'm using my Morphe M431. So what I'm doing is layering. So when I blend out the darker brown in the crease, I'll go back in with the yellow, just color retention and the opaqueness that I want. And what I'm doing is just a padding situation. And then I'll go back in with my fluffy brush and dip into the darker color and put it in the outer V just to give the eye some shape and some dimension. And we'll go back in with the yellow, and we'll keep doing that until we're happy with how it's looking. Okay, so I'm kind of happy where everything is right now at the moment. So I'm going to start to go in our inner corners. I'm going to use a little bit of concealer to not really cut my crease. I don't really like the way my natural cut crease is. It's really high, and it just makes me feel I just don't carve out just the top of my eyelid. We're going to be using our concealer from True Match. I'm going to be using a small concealer brush from e.l.f. So when you're trying to cut your crease or any type of concealer on your eyelid, less product is more. So the next color that we're going to be using is from the 39L Hit the Lights Morphe palette. Looks like this. And we are going to be using that really, really bright yellow. This one. We're going to use our finger. Cute. So now we're gonna go in with a super dark brown. We're gonna go in with this dark brown in a teeny tiny fluff brush, and we're just gonna get a little bit of product. So for now, we are done with our eyes for now. And we're gonna go on with our face. We're gonna prep and prime our face with our Makeup Forever Step 1. And now we're going to be using our Beauty Blender Bounce Foundation, and I am in the color 3.30. We are going to be using our foundation brush, again from Luxie. Next up, we're going to do a little bit of concealer using the Naked Skin Urban Decay Concealer, and I am in medium light neutral. And I will be using a beauty sponge. This is the super cute, teeny tiny one from Sephora, and it's super soft. If you haven't tried it, I recommend it. Next up, we're going to do a little highlighting, and I'm going to be using my Tarte Shape Tape, and I am in the color Light Neutral. I will be using another sponge, and it'll be my Real Technique sponge. It's washed. I swear, it just stains. Now we are going to do a little bit of cream contour, and I will be using my Revolution Conceal and Define in the shade 614. I will be blending that out with a Morphe M405 brush. I love this brush. Next up, we're going to do a little bit of baking. I don't really like to bake, but when I'm doing a full face, we finna bake. I will be using the Kat Von D translucent powder with my sponge. Now while the baking sets, we are going to be bronzing our face, and I will be using the Too Faced, you already know I don't know the name, and I will be using my Ben Nye RB153 brush. With the same brush, we're going to remove our setting powder on our contour. Next up, we're going to use our Morphe Jeffree Star brush J64 to pat in our setting powder from under our eyes. Next up, we're going to add a little bit of, I'll be using my Tarte Blissful, and I will be using the Luxie blush brush. And now we're gonna do our lower lash line. And I will be going back in with my Cute AF palette. And I'm gonna go in with this darker yellow. And I'm gonna be using a small detail brush. Morphe M213 brush. And to give it a little bit of dimension, we're gonna go in with that brown that we used in our crease. And we're gonna put that a little bit under the yellow. Boom. Now that that's done, we're gonna go back into our eyes. I'm gonna go back into my Cute AF palette with the same brush that I used the darker yellow, mustard yellow in. We're just going to touch up all the areas that all those colors are. Just like that, our eye is complete. I was nervous doing a yellow look because I don't think I've ever done a Amarillo inspired look. So in the beginning, I thought I was looking a little crazy. I was like, this is about to be a fucking fail. I think an eyeliner will look good on me. I'm gonna do a little wing liner, girl. I will be using the Revlon Color Stay Skinny Liner. I can barely breathe while I do this. Bitch, I'm nervous. Okay, step one. I'm stressing out. It's all done. Wow, this is coming out real cute. Wepa. Whew. Now we gotta do the other eye. Girl. 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 Now we're gonna go in mascara and curling our eyelashes. Now we're gonna do our bottom lashes, and I'm using the Rocket Volume again. I forgot to contour my nose. Next up, we're going to do some highlight glow kit. I'm gonna go for summer, and I will be using the M510 brush. And now we're gonna go into our Anastasia Beverly Hills Amrezy. Money. Amrezy, you did your thing. Go back into our eyebrow. And I'm going to be using my Embark by MAC. We're gonna go in with our e.l.f. dark brown eyebrow gel. We're going to go in with our Urban Decay Glide On Eye Pencil in black. Boom, she's cute. Finally, we are on to the lips. I'm going to be using Kylie Jenner Dulce K. We're going to use our Lorac lipstick in Social Light, and we're gonna put that right in the center. And now we're going to set our face. We will be using our Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. And you guys, that is the entire look inspired by J Balvin's Colores album, and this is Amarillo.